Hi guys, it's me Val, Toxic Free. Welcome. Happy Sunday. Last week I did a video aimed at Kim because obviously we've got a situation on YouTube at the moment that we could have a predator amongst us, and I can't sit back and say nothing. But because I keep getting brought into it and things keep getting said about me, and I just think maybe it's time that these two situations are probably brought together. I'm not going to ramble on about the smear campaign. I'm not going to ramble about all that stuff. I'm actually here just to help evening because I'm blocked on someone's channel. I can't comment, and I'm finding it very frustrated that I can't have my say because I've got a big mouth. I think we all know that by now. So I just think that if something's happened in the present and something in the past that's happened can be brought up to validate, I do think we need to do that. I do think some validation is in need here, and the fact that there's a lot going on, that I've got situations, I've got proof, and I've got certain things that I can bring forward to actually help this situation. I'm not going to hold on to them anymore. So yeah, I am going to say a few things. And a lot of the stuff now is obviously public. Before, when I was, I obviously did do a video when it all first kicked off, and I was asked to delete it, which I did, and I apologised for interfering back then. But that was before things were public. There's a lot of public stuff there. There's the emails have gone out now. There's a lot of stuff that's being said. There's videos going out. I'm being mentioned. So I think I am going to kind of like stick my oar in now. So yeah, I apologise to anybody that might piss off. And if anyone's sick to death of the situation that's going on YouTube now, you can turn off now. I am sick to death of it. We're all sick to death of it. But I also can't sit back knowing there might be a predator amongst us and say nothing. I just think I can't keep quiet because there's something that's going on, and I would never forgive myself if I didn't speak up. And I've never been one to sit back and watch something happen, watch somebody get bullied. It's not what I'm about. I haven't started this channel to just sit back and watch. The main thing that's made me want to continue doing this is this quote, and I'm going to put it up now. That quote worries me. The fact that, you know, Kim is saying that she is 100% sure that this will happen again, that another victim will get harmed. I can't sit back with that quote going around and say nothing. To those of you watching this and thinking, what the hell's going on? I'm going to do a quick short rundown just for anybody who is confused, because if people are watching these videos and haven't a clue what's going on, they're not actually doing anything. They're not actually going to be beneficial to anybody because they're just videos of people rambling, all fragmented in different areas, all different videos popping up, and they're not being joined together. So I'm going to just quickly say this. David was sexually aggressive, intimidating and traumatized a victim of narcissist abuse at Kim's meetup in Mexico. Again, I can say the word, well, I used to say the word alleged, but because there's emails up now on a link that I'm going to set below, I believe them. I believe that something did happen. I believe that David did. I know David. Let's just put it that way. I've known David since he had 12 subscribers, and let's just say I know David. So this doesn't actually... It's not a surprise. It's not a surprise to me. As we know now, as we have proof, Kim wrote letters to Evening Ransom around the time of the predatory incident. These letters said David was a predator, a full-blown narcissist, and everybody in that email conversation was in agreement to the fact that Elle was a victim of David. Kim now's done a complete U-turn and is smearing everybody in the most disgusting way, which I'm going to mention all that later. No one's going to sit and write, I don't know, maybe there's 20 letters back and forwards, reply. No one's going to sit, there would be no need for someone to sit and do that. So that's why I think, and also the letters are written in the language of Kim. So Kim, in comments under her video called Narcissists, Obsessed, Envious and Disordered, which is now one of the worst things I've ever seen actually, apart from David's videos, I must admit. I find that it's a repulsive. I just can't, I've no words. In that video, I see like every single trait of narcissism. I could use that video as a training example of what a narcissist looks like. I'm not going to say, I was just about to say sorry to Kim for saying that, but I'm not going to apologise to Kim for saying that, because Kim, you should... I'm trying not to get myself into trouble on this, but hey, it's not going to work. Now, these are the narcissist traits that I see. Grandiose sense of self-importance. Lives in a fantasy world that supports their delusions of grandeur. Needs constant praise and admiration. Sense of entitlement. Exploits others without guilt or shame. Frequently demeans, intimidates, bullies or belittles others. Now, I see all that in Kim's video. And I'm sure everybody, apart from the people that support her, and they support her for their own reasons. I'm not going to go into subscribers, why they support Kim, but they have their reasons for doing it. I find as well a lot of the comments going on is Kim's tending to reply to them with word salad. I've got here, Kim is using word salad to twist and turn her way out of responsibility for those emails. When asked by viewers about the situation, she replies with information on the smear of me. So what she does is she twists and confuses the smear campaigns. As she's got that many going on at the moment, she just keeps throwing in the different ones. So when she doesn't want to answer a question about that smear campaign, she'll answer it about another smear campaign. And that seems to accept people. They go, okay, thank you for that replying. That's very clever, but very wrong. Yeah, she's mixing up all the smears that are apparently going on against her to confuse people. That's a little trick of a narcissist. Her way out of responsibility of what happened, she twists herself away from responsibility of those letters, now calling everyone who wants an answer, smearing her, defamation of character, a sock puppet. People are trying to defame her good character, and she's threatening lawsuits left, right and centre. My lawsuit was, I think it was mentioned about 6 months ago. I'm still waiting. So I'm not scared to say whatever I want. I'm not scared to kind of bring up things. I'm not scared to kind of stand up for myself or to stand up for others. And I'm not scared to go against coaches that portray themselves as helpers and healers when I can see damn well with my own bloody 2 eyes that they're not. I don't care if I supply them for doing this. I've said this before. If there's an end result to this, let's get it done and dusted. Let's get it over and done with and stop farting around, as I would say. You take the word narcissism away and there's just a bully covering up for another bully. Bully? A bully covering up for another bully. Yeah, take the word narcissism away and you have a woman who knows the truth, told the truth, and then backs away from the truth. She's now smearing her own words about what happened in Mexico. So she's the one that basically told the world that, David's a predator. And now she's going back on it and accusing everybody of saying that as if she didn't say it. Kim, you were the first person to say it. So you're smearing your own words. It's very weird. It's very, very weird, this conversation. This whole situation, it just makes me laugh in a kind of psycho way. Yeah, she's now smearing her own words about what happened in Mexico. She confirmed there's a predator amongst us. I think she's now being threatened to fix the situation. I think she's being threatened by David. Seriously. Because I think David's going to throw her under the bus. Now, if you think about a year ago, I actually got all this harassment and stalking and cyberbullying that I've had for a year was because I unsubbed to him. I unsubbed to David by accident, and I have had the most ferocious attack going on. Now, somebody who actually has emails and written down in emails stupidly sent somebody an email thinking that we care and we aren't going to sit back and let a predator just be amongst us. So if you write something down and then that's used as evidence, don't then shoot the messenger, because this is what everybody seems to be doing, is shooting messengers all over the place, where the real culprits are hiding behind shit, hiding behind word salad, hiding behind twisting up and defaming, and it's crazy, it's crazy. I do think that Kim's being threatened by David. And I do think she's in this attempt to cover up everything that's happened to protect herself and David, because if she doesn't, I think David's going to throw her under the bus. And, I know a lot about Kim. I know what Kim's done to me, and I think that's what he's holding over her head. I could be wrong, but that's my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. Yeah, she's now gone back on her emails and defending David while he sits in a spinny chair, little spinny chair, watching this unfold, not saying a word and acting like a complete pussy. Yes, I just called David a pussy. And letting a woman defend his name. Where's his defence? Where's David's defence? He's sitting there, spinning around in his chair, rocking around, and letting Kim... You know, if it was... I do think that this is what's so confusing about the whole situation, is if it wasn't true, and everybody was saying that David... Wouldn't David come forth? Wouldn't David make a video and say something? No, he's actually putting all the weight onto Kim. It's like, you got me into this shit. You get me out of it. I'm going to act like nothing's happened. If I just don't... If no one sees... You know, this is what they do. It's like, if I can't see them, they can't see me. That's how narcissists are. He's sitting back pretending nothing's going on, letting Kim take all the flack, which is fine by me. Kim has since done a huge U-turn and has done a very disturbing video denying anything and everything, twisting herself in a tiz, and now she's calling a smear whilst defaming everybody involved. Again, I'm doing this video because I am involved and I want to get involved, and I have a big mouth, so there you go. See, I'm going to show you a couple of letters. So if you look at the letters that Evening's got in her blog, look at the wording, and I'm actually going to put a couple of letters up here. Now, just a few. These are from Kim that I've had over the last, Can I just say one thing as well? There's something going around saying that the emails they sent me, this is quite funny. It's a lie and a lie and a lie and a lie. Oh my God. I'm going to spontaneously human combust one day. I don't know how long I can take this. Okay. I'm supposed to have sent myself emails, and I've said this before. I'm supposed to have set up an account under David and Kim's name, and I'm supposed to have sent myself emails and abused myself pretending to be David or Kim, screenshotted them and then put them up on a video. But you know what? They've never emailed me. They've never emailed me. It's all by text on videos. It was in his review page when I'd gone onto his review page to ask him about why he was telling everybody that I was stalking his family. They've never sent me emails. Gotcha. Fucked up there, didn't you? I'm going to watch Kim's video now. And I'm going to go through it. I've taken snippets out of it. So I'm going to watch these video clips that I've taken out to just go through certain things I've observed in this lovely video of Kim's. Now, I might put the videos against my words. I might not. Depends what mood I'm in.
But I think we all know who the target was initially. Of course, the target's always been me.
She says she knows who the target's been all the time. The target's been Kim. No, the target's not been Kim. The target has been actually David, because you said, Kim, in your own words, in an email, you said that he was a predator. So there's a bit of ego there trying to steal David's thunder.
Source of envy that's just eating away at them. Like, I mean, we've got that one morning hunt.
So envy eating away at them. No, I don't envy you. Nobody envies you, Kim. That's a trait of narcissism, thinking that everybody envies you. I'd like to ask a question. What is it about you that we envy? Is it... Oh, can't go there. But what is it that we envy? I don't envy you at all. The thought of... No, Next.
Who has just pooped her pants bad, shit running down her legs, boot full of it. And
why would you, first of all, call Evening's name, what is it, morning hostage? That's like childish, okay? And then you go on about her shitting down her legs, the shit running down her legs. Kim, you are old enough to know better. Let's put it that way. You're not in a playground. You know, this is kind of the stuff that is childish. And we all know the traits of a narcissist is somebody who is still at the age, you know, like I can't even speak. I'm just so like, I'm so gobsmacked at what she says in this video. You don't go around, a woman your age, do not go around talking about shit sliding down people's legs. I'm speechless.
When they start videos with, oh, I wish I didn't have to do this. Oh, I wish I wasn't doing.
When we start video, you mentioned there when people start videos saying, oh, I wish we didn't have to do this. I wish we didn't have to do this. If you were a real victim of abuse, if you were a real empath, you wouldn't even say that, because you know, well, I know, and I would imagine everybody who's watching this, who has been through abuse, who've been made to feel worthless. Firstly, the envious thing. If you've been made to feel worthless, you don't think anybody envies you, because we've had everything that was good about us probably removed. So we don't feel like there's anything left of us to be envious of. So when you said, obviously, before that everybody's envious of you, no. An empath wouldn't say that, because we don't think people are envious of us, because we have such a bad idea of who we are. The fact that starting out videos, again, I really don't like to do this, I don't want to do that, that's because the morals of an empath and the consciousness and the ethics of what we see and we don't like and we don't agree with, it counteracts or clashes with the fact that we want to fix everything, but we also feel bad for doing it. This is why it's hard to explain, but if you were an empath, you would understand that we don't like really doing these kind of videos. We have a clash between what we should do and what we want to do, and it's just hard. A lot of people who are empaths, they've been hammered so much. They don't want to get involved. They just want a happy, peaceful life. So when we see something that's going on that we don't agree with and we have to say something, it's just hard. It's hard for empaths. So when you say, when people start videos saying, I wish I didn't have to do this, we actually generally wish we didn't have to do this. And you're calling it a narcissist trait. You're saying that is a narcissist trait. I think it's just ridiculous. You can't be an empath if you actually think that feeling bad about saying something about somebody else and not wanting to say it is a narcissist trait. Breathe, Val, breathe.
So I wish I wasn't being forced to do this. Well, who's forcing them? Let's be honest here. Comparing this mourning hostage to David is like comparing David and shit on his shoe.
See, there's always competitions with narcissists. You're always comparing one against the other. Does it matter what one channel is smaller than another channel? One channel's bigger? No, one person isn't shit on the other person's shoe. We all have a right to say what we feel. It doesn't matter how big our channels are. It doesn't matter who we are in this community. What you're doing is you're demeaning somebody there, which is a narcissist trait. You're demeaning Evening Ransom, and you're putting up against David. Basically, I think, you know, David's marketed himself very, very well. I must say that. You know, I know when he first started out, that's not an office that man sits in. That's his bedroom. He's designed it to look like an office. I've seen it. I'm probably the oldest person, and I don't mean that literally, because that would be really silly of me to say that. But I'm the person that's probably seen David from 12 subscribers to where he is now. I've seen him evolve. I've seen what he is, and I've seen what he's done. And for him also, I mean, in the letters, it actually says that you've admitted that he thumbed me down 1,000 times. Somebody who has access to a site where you can buy thumbs, buy likes, buy subscribers. I reckon, my opinion is, it's only alleged obviously, that the fact is that he's got as high as he has and things, because maybe he buys his subscribers. Do you think that? Yeah, because I wouldn't use a website, because I would be scared I'd got hacked. I'd be scared that something went wrong. I'd be scared I'd fuck up my channel by going onto these websites to buy likes and thumbs down and things. So I do think he knew that website, and I think he's used it many times before. That's why he is bigger, and he's grown a lot faster than most other channels, because he's marketed himself very, very well as a coach. Whoops. Let's continue.
I mean, she's just not a contender, because anyone looking on, and I certainly know by the hundreds and hundreds of emails I've received, that you all see it too.
Hundreds and hundreds of emails that you all see it too. Now what you're doing is you're trying to put words into people's mouths. No one sees anything except somebody who's ranting in vileness on their channel. I don't think, my opinion is I don't think that I think you're just fantasizing there, but hey. I'm too opinionated for this.
In fact, if you were wanting to help the community, would talk to both parties. I mean, first of all, it's criminal.
You just said that anybody with integrity would talk to both parties. Now you're talking about Evening, not talking to David, but have you spoke to Elle? Did you actually ask Elle what happened? See, you say these things, but you forget that it actually works both ways. So you're criticising other people for not seeing both sides of the story, not contacting David. Why, after you told people in that conversation by email that he's a predator, and they've seen and spoken to Elle, and they've seen what he was like at the meetup, it's just too much truth in that for somebody to go to a predator and ask a predator, is this true what you did to Elle? Why would somebody... So you're basically saying there that they should have gone to ask David his side. I don't think they needed to at this point. I think the truth was out there, and I think everybody saw it in that meetup. There's no need to go to see both sides of the story. But yet here you are, mouthing off about people not seeing both sides of the story, yet you haven't even spoke to Elle. As far as I can see by these emails, there was nothing in it to say that you'd spoke to Elle and you'd asked her, if I'm wrong, please tell me I'm wrong. I'll take that back. But nobody in their right mind will go to a predator, having heard the things that he's done, and ask him.
It's criminal defamation, criminal slander, criminal harassment, cyber stalking.
All the things you list there, criminal defamation, cyber stalking, it's all that you've done. I'm just getting riled. Why am I getting riled?
Cyberbullying. And no, YouTube does not support any of that. She has stolen bits of my intellectual property. She has used my...
This is something I want to bring up. She has stolen my bits of intellectual property. Let me see the rest bit.
Name. She has stolen David's intellectual property and used his name.
Evening has apparently stolen intellectual property using her name. What is this intellectual property of hers using her name? Is it the emails? I think you've just admitted there that they're your emails. Because as far as I'm concerned, I actually looked up intellectual property, and the only thing I can suggest it is probably your emails that you've posted her and that she's actually put out in public. So I think you've just basically admitted to the fact that you're saying she's stolen your intellectual property and her name. That's you admitting to the emails being yours. Continue.
Now, as part of an investigative process, because of course we want to get to the truth. I want to get to the truth. So to come to the truth again, but you see, these sociopaths have seen me.
And you're calling people sociopaths. You aren't you aren't qualified to diagnose people with anything. So you can't go around calling people sociopaths.
Smear campaign before. Their envy is just seething.
Envy. Kim, you keep going on about how people are envious of you and they're obsessed with you. Nobody's obsessed with you. Nobody's envious of you. What we are trying to do is get to the bottom of this, because that you keep saying in this email that David was a narcissist, he's a predator, he's dangerous, and he's going to hurt somebody. That's what we're trying to get to the bottom of. We're not aiming all this at you. Stop stealing the thunder. It's not about you, Kim. It's not about you. It's about David, and it's about the truth, and it's about what has been going on. It's ridiculous. You keep saying it's about you and we're obsessed and envious of you. You're the last person that I've ever any envy for.
And I guess they saw this other whack job do it, so they thought they could do it too. It became of that stalker that Kim had, because you know what? They didn't meet a very good end. And
I mean, saying, oh, the stalker you had, I presume that's Michelle Titler, didn't come to a very good end. You know, you're making it out like you've got a hit squad on her or something, you know. Intimidating, again,
And you're probably
intimidating.
not going to meet a very good end either.
And you're not going
Truly,
to meet a very good end
truly, Erin,
either.
you have shit the bed in a way that's, I mean, it's a
No, shit the bed. Why do you keep acting like a 14-year-old bully in a playground? You've shit the bed.
outrageous. Like, it's absolutely outrageous. You're claiming to want to help the community. What, you think David's not a member of the community? Because he's 1,000 times more important to the community than you'll ever.
There you go again. You see, you're saying that, you know, you think you're helping the community, but David is 1,000 times more important to this community than you'll ever be. That's just really nasty. It's just so nasty. I just don't understand. I'm not doing this to get back or try and get any sense out of you. I'm actually doing this to show people what this video is about. Because you talk incessively and people get confused by what you're saying, and then you pick up certain points. They're not actually looking at really what you're saying, but
Be. Of course, I want to get to the truth of this, and I want to do it in a manner that is principled, that has integrity, that shows morality and compassion.
Morality,
for both parties,
compassion.
because we've got two people
You've
here,
got none of that, Kim.
and the woman, the alleged victim, this failed actress from
Failed
New York
actress.
City. I've been talking to David on and off. Now, this reprobate.
So you're going on about her being a
David
fake
knows I'm
actress.
a business partner.
That's nasty.
You just stop it, you fucking idiot. God, what an idiot.
That's where your mask falls, isn't it? Stop it, you fucking idiot. What a fucking idiot. I can see it. We can all see it.
Anyways, so I consider some of the things against me. And David and I had quite a chuckle about this. And he said to me, you know, it's a wonder how they always go with this criminal record thing. That
So you're basically saying that the stalkers, it's a surprise to you how the stalkers and smear campaigners always go for this criminal record thing. Kim, that's what you do. You've just thrown yourself under the bus then. You're actually commenting about Michelle Titler talking about criminal activity and saying, why do these narcissists always go on about criminal activity, which is what you've been going on about in the last year. It's just so telling.
Record, but he did have a speeding ticket and got pulled over for riding a motorcycle with no helmet. Well, damned if I didn't do a criminal record check on David.
This is just a story you've made up about.
Damn, he's awfully honest for an
checking up on David's criminal record and how it all rings true. Do we know any of this? Is this proof? Where is the proof?
He tells me things about his private life, things I can
Where is the proof that you've done any of this?
Word of it isn't the truth. So what I've seen is integrity.
Why have you not put like David's criminal record up then? You say that you've actually sort of like done this investigation, which is what you like to do a lot. But yeah, there's no proof. I've never seen 1 ounce of proof. 1 ounce of proof between you and David. Every single person around you who've been involved in your drama has come up with screenshots with every single thing. But everybody watching this, has anybody ever seen a screenshot from either of those two? Nope.
Seen morality. I've seen a tremendous amount of honesty.
No honesty.
Tremendously candid about his own personal suffering.
No.
I did tell him a very personal
This makes me laugh.
story, an area of personal suffering that's been nagging at me for a very long time, since childhood. And he gave me an opportunity to tell him that story, and the man's eyes were welled up. I mean, he was holding...
Seriously, I've known David for a very, very long time. I knew him, like I say, for a year. We used to chat on Messenger, and no way is David going to hold your hand across a table and well up and cry. No. Sorry.
My hand across the table. Well, his eyes welled
His
up.
eyes welled up.
I've seen nothing but genuine compassion, genuine empathy, a genuine love for the community coming from this man.
Sorry.
Is there anything, I can show you? Is there
So this is the part when she's talking to not Erin, sorry. She's talking to Elle and saying, "Is there anything I can do for you?"
to? And she says to me, "No, I just came here to get laid. I'm so horny. Like, I just came here to get laid."
I just came here to get laid. I'm so horny. I just came here to get laid. No one has to go to Mexico from wherever else come from to go and get laid. And I just think that's a cop-out. That's a lie. I I think that's disgusting, because this is the victim. You're meant to be a healer, and you're actually victim blaming here. You're turning it round. You're calling Elle a predator, and it's disgusting.
Yeah. She just came here because she was horny. Now, every time David got up to go have a cigarette over by the open area, she just ran right behind him, glommed on. Very
storytelling.
Truly a sexual predator, and this was very, very obvious. Sure, her real name is Erin. Stinks like that
This
too.
is disgusting.
Like, she's very ruddy and has got a real, you can see the streets have been pretty cruel to her. Very ruddy appearance, greasy hair. She's got that smell coming off her.
Why do you want to talk about somebody in such derogatory tones and talk about somebody's appearance? And no, I think that's just disgusting. There's no empathy at all in you, Kim. There's nothing. I don't see any kindness from you. I don't see anything. I know this video is probably going to get thumbed down 1,000 times, whether by real people or by fakes, I don't know, but I just think you putting somebody down in such a vile way. No empathic person would do that.
Crazy, glazy eyes, kind of nodding off and, digging in her ear in front of you. And she does
Disgusting.
that in videos too. In fact, in a couple of her recent smear videos about me, she's just like, I don't know what, trying to harvest potato out of her head. She was extremely narc injured because, here she's screaming, I'm horny, I'm horny.
I give up with the I'm horny section. That's just stupid. She's not.
Just glommed onto the man. She's begging the man to stay and telling. Now she is a failed actor.
Again,
now,
failed actor. Why would she? Why is a failed? If this went to court and somebody said, why are you a narcissist? And you cannot reply with because she's a failed actress. I don't even think she's probably a failed actress. I think you've obviously just made that up. I don't think that's going to stand up in court, that she's a failed actress, which is what's made all this happen. No, it's just ridiculous.
Attractive to narcissists. It is film and theatre.
Now
she's completely blackballed from this industry.
How do you know she's blackballed?
She can't work in films, commercials, nothing. She's blackballed. In addition to this, her agent has dumped her.
How do you know her agent has dumped her? Where's the proof? See, I'd like a screenshot of that. Did you have an email from him, perhaps, or a telephone call? See, at this point, even if it was a phone call, I probably would have said, can you email me the proof that she, because I'm going to make a video and I'd like some proof, but no proof.
So I go online, I can see some productions that she's been in, I can see who else was in
Stalker.
the production. I contact these people.
This is stalking, Kim. When you go online and you start going into people's pasts and you start looking at people's businesses and you start ringing up people that they worked with. It's called stalking, Kim. Wow.
I asked them about her. They tell me she's an absolute monster.
Why would somebody on telephones talk to a strange woman and say that that Elle's an absolute monster? Why? You're living in a fantasy world.
Constantly causing trouble, constantly causing chaos, like literally blackballed from the industry. And they're just, going on and on. I'm so horny, I came here to get laid. If somebody called you a cock tease, it wouldn't really be that surprising, right? It is what it is. But no, I do not believe for 1 second he called her that. In fact, I believe he was very respectful until the point he left and then...
So you believe he was very respectful. It's what you believe. But that's not the truth. You believing something is not the truth. Evidence is the truth. And the evidence is in your emails.
I also end up discovering some other things about this creature.
Discovering other
predator.
things because you stalked her.
She was sued recently.
And what's that got to do with anything? Sued? So what? She was sued.
States makes this type of information public. Of course, as a truth seeker, I want to get to the bottom of this.
This has got nothing at all to do with someone being attacked. It doesn't matter what you are, who you are, what you've done in your life. If the truth is the truth, it doesn't matter whether you're a failed actress, whether you are horny, or not that she was. Well, do you know what I mean? I just think it doesn't matter who you are, guys, people watching this. It doesn't matter what you've done. If you've got a past but someone hurts you, it doesn't mean just because you've got a past that you're lying. So what Kim's trying to create here is the fact that because people have got a past, because people have maybe got a criminal record, or maybe that people have done drugs in the past, made mistakes, and I've said this before, it doesn't mean that something bad can't happen to them, and it doesn't negate every single thing that they're trying to prove as truth because of what they've done in the past. It doesn't matter what your past is, guys. If something's happened to you, you should be able to tell the truth. Nobody's going to hold. What she's saying is that people, if something happened, if you got attacked in the street, she's putting the impression across that if you go to the police and you happen to have a background of drugs or of criminal activity and someone attacks you in the street, that the police are going to go, we don't believe you because you've got a past. Please leave the police station. No, it's victim blaming.
I want to know the truth, so I start investigating this woman a
Investigating
little bit. Of course,
again.
Freedom of Information Act
Jesus.
does make
Like friggin' Kojak, aren't you?
people's criminal past, civil lawsuits, bankruptcies, things like
Nothing
this,
to
public
do with
knowledge.
nothing.
So I do a search on this woman.
search on
and
this
lo and
woman.
behold,
Again?
She was recently sued for something very similar to this. She's a cyber stalker.
She's a cyber stalker.
She's a smear campaigner.
Says the person who's been stalking to get information and who's smearing her. She's calling Elle a cyber stalker and a smearer whilst talking about stalking her for information and smearing her good name.
She criminally defames people. I mean, this is her
Says
I'm
Kim.
talking to her one day, and I'm saying, like, you know, what do you want to do about this? Well, she just wants it to go away. It's a nothing burger. It goes from he was verbally abusive to now it's nothing burger. And
What's
Morning
nothing burger?
Hostage starts
I've
to
heard of that
tell
one.
this criminally defaming story. All right, now David's a sexual predator.
I don't think this
He's going
happened.
to rape someone. He's going to kill someone. Like,
You know, you're just being a little bit dramatic there, aren't you? I don't know if anybody's actually said that he's going to rape somebody, he's going to kill somebody, but now you brought it up.
the story's just getting bigger and crazier and weirder by the second, and no, I'm not buying any of it. I know who the predator is. I'm 100% clear on that. And she's got this flying monkey peon in this
What's
area,
a
this
peon?
holding hostage, who is absolutely willing to shit her pants on YouTube
Again.
to go forward with the unsubstantiated story without ever trying to contact David.
Again, no one's going to contact David because you in emails said that he was a predator and he was dangerous. So you're actually promoting people to contact dangerous people. Interesting.
Without ever asking me. You know, she knew that I know David the best out of everybody. She didn't ask me any questions.
I think I'm the one that knows David the best out of everybody because I've known him since he started his channel, Kim. And yeah, you
About David, but she absolutely turned on me because I was initially the target. I think
No,
we
you
all see
weren't.
that.
Seriously, I mean, I'm enjoying this. I like doing. I've never done a reaction video before, but this is quite funny because she keeps turning about how she's the actual target. You're making it about yourself. You're turning the focus from David onto yourself. I've recently watched a video on Facebook, and it was actually a lioness. Quick story. A lioness with a cub were being attacked by maybe sort of 30 or so hyenas. I don't know if you saw this. And what the lioness did was she made herself get attacked by the hyenas so that the cub could run away. So all these hyenas like jumped her and the cub run off. And that's basically what's happening here is Kim is like drawing all the attention to herself so that in the background David can swivel on his chair and just watch everything that's happening from afar.
Really envious of me, and that was absolutely apparent the second I met her. I mean, she was just like evil eye, locked on, and twisting and contorting. Creepy. I believe he's a wonderful, genuine,
He's not a
truly
wonderful,
compassionate
genuine
human being.
person.
I
I
am
know that.
absolutely 100% convinced that this Lena from New York City is a sexual.
Oh, so now you're 100% convinced that Elle is the predator. In the letters you said you were 100% positive that David was the predator. This just gets weirder and weirder and weirder and weirder.
As far as this morning hostages story goes, that I'm in possession of some diabolical information and that I've been luring people to Puerto Vallarta so David could abuse them. I mean, holy shit, is that how you get attention? Like, do you actually think anybody believes that? Like, what the fuck are you thinking, you sad, pathetic piece of shit? And seriously, lady, Stop digging in your ears. You're all on the nod there. I don't know how loaded up with opiates you are, but you're actually nodding off, itching and digging in your ears. You filthy, dirty-haired thing. Go get in the shower. Get yourself cleaned up. And the next time you go get your prescriptions for barbiturates filled, get yourself a prescription for some antibiotics, because you're a filthy mouth liar. That's all you are. You're an absolute reprobate.
See, there's defamation right there, guys. That's defamation right there, talking about somebody being on drugs and no. Projection. This whole video is just projection. She might as well be looking into a mirror while she's talking like this.
What I have a problem with is these millennials clearly shown us. I mean, this woman has no class, no integrity, no sense of morality, no sense.
Sorry, I was going to say something then, but I just don't want to.
And she's locked on now. She's in a death fight with herself.
No, I can't believe you actually just said that. She's in a death fight with herself. Okay, right. Let's just clear one thing up here. Kim sent emails with the truth in the emails about David, and now she's talking about everybody else having a death. She's smearing her own emails. She's having a death fight with herself. I see what's happening here is all like word salad with videos. It's word salad with comments. There's just so much confusion that she's throwing in there, and she's just trying to confuse so many people. So we all just go, oh, do you know what? I give up. But I'm afraid I'm a bloody terrier with a bone.
She is butthurt. She is narc injured. She's got to be 8, 10, 12 videos deep.
She's not 8, 10, 12 videos deep in. That's exaggeration. I think she's might have made about 5 or 6 videos on this. So that's exaggeration. What do narcs do? Exaggerate.
Insanity. Accusing me of what? I mean, you just, I mean, she's absolutely shit herself. Here
we go again. Shit herself in a public way.
Be able to stop. She's going to continue this because she is narc injured. She's obsessed with me.
She's not obsessed with you, Kim.
I am her nemesis.
You're not her nemesis, Kim.
For those of you that have been concerned that I'm concealing some sort of information that David is a predator,
oh my God,
diabolical monster, the answer to that is absolutely not for 1 second.
You've just basically put it in emails that he is a diabolical monster.
Him to be a very decent guy.
He's not a decent guy, sorry.
Who cannot see this for what it is, I'm going to suggest stop looking at me, stop.
So now she
looking at
abuses
David,
the
and go
subscribers.
look at yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, what the fuck is the matter with you? Like, what the fuck is the matter with you? Because you are either disordered, as they are, or you're a flying monkey or some type of excrement. I don't know what you are.
So crude.
But you're certainly not a survivor of narcissistic abuse, because if you were, you'd be able to clearly see this for what it is. But a smear campaign is in many ways a confession.
Yes,
she is telling
we see that.
She is a diabolical predator.
We see that.
I truly do try and act with integrity.
No, you don't.
And there was just, nothing to say until my research was completed.
Stalking.
Never in a million years would I ever step out of my perimeter.
Yeah, right.
Where I feel comfortable in my own integrity. I just wouldn't step out of that and smear someone.
Of course you wouldn't.
No evidence, no
evidence.
Corroborating anything.
Exactly.
Didn't, get David's opinion. It's just.
I mean, the evidence is there in the emails, and she's saying she's got no evidence. Yet, have we ever, again, can I repeat this? Never, ever, ever have I ever seen any evidence from David and Kim for anything. Thank you.
Disgusting. I mean, the only type of reprehensible piece of shit that would do something like that is a diabolical narcissist, a reprobate. I mean, someone with no regard for the community. Friends here have written to me and said, this is very painful for me. I am a victim of rape.
No,
they don't like that she's making light of this and making a mockery
now she's coming
of
across
real
all
rape victims.
I mean, yeah, there you go. So, I don't know what to say now. I just think that's back to the video because anyway. So yeah. So basically, she's making the whole scenario about herself. I don't know. She's very childish. She's very rude. She's trying to convince us all of her reality. She's lying. She's basically saying that everybody's doing a smear campaign on her. Everybody's obsessed with her. It's just a complete and utter self-indulgent shit show of a car crash. I just don't know what else to say. So basically what's happening now is that everybody's obviously forgetting about the real predator, and the real predator here is David, and that's what's happening. She's doing a smoke screen. She's focusing everybody onto a different subject, which brings me on to something else in a minute, which she's recently doing now. I find it absolutely disgusting. She's taken the focus off David. She's backtracking. She's got some loyalty towards him, and I don't know whether it's loyalty. I just think she's terrified of him doing something. I think he's threatening her to to fix the situation that she's got him in. What she's now doing is, again, she's taken the focus of David onto her, and now what she's doing, she's taking the focus of her onto a situation which I think is diabolical, and she's actually putting up comments now saying that she's... I mean, I don't want to hurt anybody, and I don't want to bring up some... So now she's actually associating evening with that Diane Downs that murdered her children. Well, murdered one child, tried to kill the other two. I find that absolutely despicable. I actually am. When I read that, and it's in the comments of her video, because I think it's disgusting. She's a sick person. She's just throwing the attention back onto evening now. So what she's doing is she's just going around the houses. I've also had viewers and subscribers of hers, and people who viewed her channel, and they've actually tried to support evening, and they've basically said in the comments that they weren't happy with the video and they think it's vile, and they've been attacked. So she's actually not only attacking the people, the coaches and the people to have the YouTube channels that are trying to support the cause. The fact is that we don't want a predator amongst us. She's actually attacking viewers, and she's calling them sock puppets, and she's calling them smear campaigns, and she's calling the subscribers who are here, who are watching the videos and that don't understand what's going on, or that are asking her questions, or that are saying, you know, I'm sorry, but I think this video is vile. She's attacking them too, and she's associating them and saying that they're sock puppets to her. This woman has no limits. She's got no boundaries as to who she will basically attack. She's trying to say she heals people and she's trying to protect people, while she's actually not. I'm going to finish this up with the fact that this woman is enabling a predator to continue to do coaching on this channel. He does Skype calls with people all over the world, and I know of a few people that he owes money to, that he's just basically turned his computer off and he won't reply to them, and he owes them money. Now, there's only a few people that I have heard from, and how do we know that he's not talking to people in, you know, poorer countries where they haven't got the money to sort of spend on people, and they're relying on people like David to help them, and he's actually abusing them over the internet. There's no regulation to this situation, and all she's doing is she's supporting him in what he's doing, and actually now she's hurting the people who she's saying that she's trying to help by calling them names when they comment on her videos. Now I'm disgusted. And to also say that Evening is, because she lost her son, sorry Evening to bring this up, but she lost her son, and now to compare her with this murderer from the 80s that killed a child. Guys, please be careful who you watch. I don't know actually what else to say after everything that I've just talked about. Empaths do not act like that. Empathic people do not abuse commenters. They do not accuse everybody of being obsessed with them. They do not twist and turn and lie. They do not then tell the truth and deny it and then protect a predator. They do not call everybody who stands up for themselves that they're doing defamation of character. They do not go around saying that they're going to get lawyers onto them and they're going to... They don't do that. They don't go around victimising, and they don't. I'm afraid, Kim, you've shown your true colours recently, and I'm for one not going to give up, because I will not sit back and let someone else be hurt. It's something I've never done in my life, and I'm not going to start sitting back now and watch somebody do something that puts people at risk of health and safety. Guys, again, take care.